The other thing is some people can't write. So real quick, if you don't know me, let me just give you a quick introduction. My name is Tom Scalisi. I'm a professional writer. I've written thousands of articles, web pages, landing pages, sales pages, and I understand how the online writing world works. And I started this channel because I wanted to share my insights and knowledge with you guys and kind of help you understand if this is a good fit for you and how the online writing world works. So if that's like content that you're interested in, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, hit the like while you're down there, and maybe even is the bell still a thing? Hit the bell if it's there. All right, so let's get into this. So I think I'm going to say some stuff in this video that might get me excommunicated from the writing industry, but you know what? I've seen a lot lately, and I think I need to speak up. A lot of people are out there right now treating copywriting as the next get-rich-quick scheme on the internet. And I don't know if it was the addition of AI tools to our writing tool set or what, but all of a sudden everybody thinks they're a copywriter. And I sort of get it because there's a lot of guys on YouTube right now really pushing copywriting and telling people like, hey, you can make, $3,000 a month from 10 clients in your first couple of months if you use this like direct DM message. And I get it. So like, that's enticing. It's sexy. Like, and I'll tell you what, like copywriting is sexy. I wrote a sales page today that was just like, by the time I was done with it, it was just awesome. And you can be proud of that. But it's not as easy as these guys would make it sound. And although like I totally believe in everybody's ability to learn to do something, not everybody can be a copywriter. And not everybody can be a writer. And although that probably cuts down a good chunk of the people that might be watching this channel to learn how to be a writer, the reality is you need some sort of like built-in skill set to even break down the door to get into the industry. So I just want to get into this whole copywriting situation, talk about like what it takes, where you need to start, and what maybe you should do instead. So let's get into that. So first, let's talk about what copywriting is. Copywriting is an art form, and up until recently, it was treated that way. Copywriters were super highly paid. They still are, but they were highly respected, and not everybody just could become a copywriter. And things have changed a little bit. Technology's made it easier, but the truth of the matter is it still needs to be kind of a honored profession. So like I said, copywriting is an art form, and what it is, it's sales. It's sales, it's marketing, it's psychology, it's empathy, it's so many things. And what you're doing is you are taking a potential customer or subscriber or reader, and you're guiding them towards a decision that you've already made for them. And that's not easy to do. Okay, you have to kind of understand, you have to go about it in a certain way. And a lot of people who are just watching YouTube channels that are telling them, hey, be a copywriter and make $10,000 this month, don't understand what actually goes into it. And although, like, I'll be honest with you, a lot of those guys' videos are good. Like, they are good. They are explaining how to do it, some tips on how to do it. But at the same time, you might not realize it. I think you probably do. You do understand that those guys have some sort of built-in skill set, or at least some experience, right? And I think that for them, making $30,000 a month is not an issue. They can get 10 clients, $3,000 a month, no problem, because they have a built-in skill set. But if you're somebody who's never done it before, a very small amount of people are going to be able to go out and strike big money right away. I'm not saying it's impossible, because some people can. Some people have a knack for it, but it's not as likely as they make it sound. So let's go through how like the copywriter works, so you kind of understand the mindset. So whether it's a landing page or a sales page or website copy, or if you write magazine copy like Elaine Bennis from Seinfeld, I love that show. There is some science and some psychology to it. You have to really play on the customer or the reader's emotions. You have to first identify what their problem is. So you kind of have to put yourself in their shoes and really think about what their pain point is. And it could be anything. It could be, if you're selling shoes that are made for walking, well, back pain could be pain point. It could be literal pain. If you are selling an app, if you're writing for, let's say, a scheduling app, well, you really need to play on the fact that that person probably isn't all that organized, and they're finding it very frustrating to stay organized or to make it to meetings or to reach their potential because they keep forgetting things. So you have to identify these things. Then you have to explain to the customer that you understand what they're going through. It's one thing to be like, yeah, I know you got back pain, but it's a whole nother thing to say, hey, is it that sharp pain that you feel that goes from side to side down your lower back? Or is it with the scheduling? Are you tired of missing your kids' soccer games and because you can't remember, keep your schedule straight? You have to really make them understand that you know what they're going through. So the next thing after that is you have to kind of propose a solution for them. You have to tell them, like, I get it. I know what you're going through. There's a solution out there. And you break it down and explain like how much better things could be if they had that solution. And you're not even, at this point, you're not even identifying that you have the solution. You're just warming them up for one, right? So this is the psychology behind it. You've already told them that, hey, I know what you're going through. I know what that's like. And then you're saying, hey, but you know what? I get it, but there's something else out there. And then at that point is when you're going to introduce whatever it is that you're selling, because you've positioned it as the solution or the medicine for their pain. And that's what people don't get, right? So it's a psychological, emotional journey, and you need to have some type of skill set built in. I think the best skill set you could have is empathy, because if you're able to put yourself in somebody's shoes and figure out what they're going through, whether it's like real emotional or physical pain, or whether it's just frustration, or it's something for their business, if you can be empathetic and understand what they're going through, and you know what the solution is, you stand a pretty good chance of closing that deal. But it's hard to do. It's not something that you can just come out of high school and do. Like, you have to have some time under your belt in the real world. You have to understand how things work. You have to understand how people work. You have to have some level of social skills. Maybe if you could say social skills, I struggle with that. You have to have some level of social skills to even. This is a human art form. This is something where two humans are communicating. I know it's words on a page, but it's where two humans are communicating. And if you don't have that skill set, you can't be a copywriter. The other thing is, some people can't write. And I'm sorry. And I wish everybody could write, because it's been a great living for me. But some people can't write. And if you think that you're just going to, punch out at your 9 to 5, come home, set up a website, and DM a couple people, and land a couple of $3,000 retainers without having any skill set or ability to write, you're not. You have to learn how to write, or maybe writing is not maybe that's not the form of content creation for you. But maybe you can't write, but you can do video. Like, I struggle to do video, but I'm a pretty good writer. So maybe that's your skill set. Copywriting requires writing. I can't tell you how many people message me and ask me, like, they want to partner with me, or they want me to guide them through like a coaching journey. And at some point I may offer that, but most of the time I would know that I am straight up stealing money from these people if I would told them that, yeah, listen, I'll coach you for money. Because even in their DM to me, things are misspelled, they're using words incorrectly. And I'm not picking on them, but that's the baseline skill set to attract a customer. And at this point, you don't have it. So it's tough, and you kind of have to hone that skill before you can even think about copywriting. And here's the other thing you have to understand about copywriting. It's the highest paid form of writing, other than maybe having a best-selling, novel. I don't know how all that works. I wrote one book in my life, and I haven't made a lot of money off of it. But copywriting is the highest paid form of writing, which means it's like the major league of writing. And if you think about anybody who's ever been successful in the highest rank, at the highest level of sports, they didn't just get there because they were good at something. They didn't wake up one day and they were able to throw a 98-mile-an-hour fastball, or get up and, just be able to just slam dunk a ball. They had to practice, they had to get better, they had to hone their skills. And if you think that copywriting is different, you're wrong. You have to start somewhere and build that skill set. My suggestion for building a writing skill set is to start with content writing, because you'll be working with editors and clients, and they'll give you feedback and they'll guide you because they have more experience than you do. And at that point is when you can say to yourself, hey, I'm pretty good at this writing thing. Maybe I should take it to the next level. So if you're one of those people who's not a good writer and you think you're just going to use some like built-in tools, you're gonna get found out. You have to have that baseline skill set. You spell check and fix words that you have spelled wrong or that it thinks you've spelled wrong, but it can't make you a better writer. You can paste your copy into ChatGPT, and ChatGPT will do the best it can with it. But if you don't have that baseline skill set, you're just going with whatever ChatGPT spits back at you. You're not going to know if it's good. And I just think that if the whole idea here behind copywriting today is that we're going to use tools to get us there, we're in for a rude awakening at some point. The market's going to be flooded with bad copywriters. People are going to be turned off by brands. And at the same time, a lot of these copywriters are going to be found out, and their clients are not going to be happy. And that's a pretty good way to ruin a reputation in this industry. And if you think your reputation doesn't follow you, I can tell you that I have worked with the same writers multiple times, some of which I hired as the lead editor of a website, and then ended up working with them with another client down the road. Your name follows you in this industry. So if you are somebody that's just going to pass it through AI and then think you're going to get away with it, at some point it's going to catch up to you. So I would just suggest that, maybe we stop looking at copywriting like a get-rich-quick scheme, and that we start thinking of it as the art form that it is, and that we work our way up to it. We put in the groundwork. We stop thinking we're going to hit home runs in Yankee Stadium, and we start thinking about maybe taking a couple of fastballs down the middle at Little League. And if we can just slow down a little bit, put some time in, and really hone our craft, at some point, we may be worth $30,000 a month. It's not outside of the realm of possibilities. I believe in you guys. If I didn't, I wouldn't be doing these videos. But I would stop listening to people who are promising you that you're going to get rich quick without putting in a ton of work. This is just like any other industry. To reach the top, you've got to be good and you've got to put in work. Now, I will say that for some people, this video doesn't apply. If you are somebody who went to school for marketing, or if you are somebody who, even psychology, if you have a psychology degree or like just an advanced understanding of psychology and you can write a little bit, yeah, you might be able to jump right into copywriting and you could make a lot of money really fast. But unless you've got that baseline skill set of the ability to write and the ability to feel empathy, you've got to slow down. You're going to DM the wrong people. You're going to sound like an idiot. You're going to burn your bridges before you've even built them. And you're not going to get anywhere. And then chances are you're just going to get frustrated and quit and never really realize your dreams. So start a little bit slower, guys. And, that's really all I have to say. Hope I didn't piss too many people off. I just think that maybe if we slowed down a little bit, we could get there. I think if we slowed down a little bit, we'd get there faster. Slow down a little bit, put in the groundwork, and you'll get there. All right, guys. If you like this kind of video, if you like me being blunt, I know I can be a little candid. If you like this type of stuff, hit the subscribe button and the like button. Hope I'm bringing some value to you. I know that this is maybe like some hard truths that you guys needed to hear, but I've been in the industry for a little while now, understand how it works, and this needed to be said. All right. Thanks, guys.